I'm not where I want to be, but I'm in what was once a dream. So if I do some quick math, the future equals a dream come true. Since 1992, In All Honesty, a podcast by OLAVEORAWO.
Welcome to another episode of the In All Honesty podcast. My fabulous name is OLAVEORAWO and we've been waiting for this episode for 3 weeks. Tulienda maandamano.
Venye inafaa.
Bado mapambano.
Haki Kajwang, hiyo song ingeslap kama Kajwang angekuwa.
Kajwang ni nani?
Huyo wa bado mapambano.
Oh, mapambano. Nimekumbuka.
The only contribution ya SDS ni hiyo wimbo kwa nchi.
Hiyo ni song ya SDA? For real?
Yeah. Inaandaga waze msilale. Lale msilale. Bado mapambano.
Hiyo ndo inaba inject.
Awapeanagi public holidays lakini hiyo.
Lazima.
Hiyo ndo contribution ya hiyo.
Tunashukuru Adventist. Why kama representatives.
Kwaga.
Ameturepresent vizuri. What nonsense is this? Aya, mimi nitaendelea. Mumeanza na kanisa na hii podcast ni ngono. Sijafurahia.
Huko ndio ngono nyingi hufanyika side. Huko they are the honest people ever. Do you know these people wanajuanaga siku mbili wana get married just so that they can have legal sex. Wanajuana siku mbili ndani.
Iko.
Just so ikuwe ni safi mbele ya macho ya nani?
Ya Bwana.
Naweza taka kujua kwa nini missionary inaitwa missionary.
Doesn't it make sense?
It's what the missionaries said ni ya mke na mme. Hizi zingine enda kufanya na malaya wako.
Ni concubines mnaita malaya.
Not my words.
Sawa, I guess with the very colorful introduction episode ishaanza.
Imeanza.
We are talking about sex this week, and basically it's the evolution of sex. Why this topic came up is because we've had a couple of I guess some information came to me that I didn't know. One of it was that apparently women in their 30s is getting crazy. It's getting crazier. And then there were women around their ovulation. Apparently you'll jump on anything.
They hump pillows.
It's bad, guys. It's bad.
They hump pillows.
And then I know someone, now this was a guy who told me, earlier on he was very motivated by sex. Like if you'd have called him and told him, I'm home alone, I get talk and I come. But right now he's grown older and he's just like, sex does not motivate him like that. Like sex is not a factor.
There are places where your dick can lead you that you can't go even with a gun.
Hey, you're talking from experience.
So we're looking at the evolution of sex. There's a girl who told me she was once asexual. She had been asexual for like basically most of her 20s.
Yeah.
And right now her hormones are raging.
Mind you, kuna difference ya asexual na celibate.
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
Maybe we define that first.
Oh, by the way, there was this asexuality and then
asexuality, they're not interested
at all.
Celibacy ni kumaanisha I'm putting a hold on this for a minute.
Yeah.
Then I will be back to riding dicks.
They're restraining themselves.
No, but she didn't have
back to.
Maybe focus
on
it
was
themselves.
asexuality because you don't feel like you're attracted.
You're not attracted to.
Yeah, you
sexually,
don't feel you are
sexually
attracted to people. You don't feel
because asexual people can have relationships, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, they can. Yeah. It's just the
but
sex.
The sex is not on the table.
The attraction.
Sex is not on the table.
It is
sex
not
is on the table.
No, as in for asexual people, sex is not on the table.
But you know, you can have sex. Sex doesn't have to be penetrative sex. Sex can.
So you mean a mind fuck?
Yeah.
Then Ruto has you serviced.
Wachia gava.
But you can have like foreplay. Let's look at the definition of sex.
Check it out. In the meantime,
Okay, sawa.
while she checks it out, let's talk about sex, baby.
Baby, let's talk about you and me.
Let's talk about
all the good things
and all the bad things
that may be.
Let's talk about us.
Yeah, a little bit.
Hey.
Perfect.
Okay.
Oh.
So, the meaning of sex: sexual activity including specifically sexual intercourse.
Penetrative.
That is penetrative. Okay.
Si lazima uila.
Ile Americs penetrate.
Meaning number 2. Either of the two main categories, male and female, into which humans and most other living things are divided on the basis of their reproductive functions. Okay, so it's intercourse. So let's look for
asexual.
Gojeni, intercourse.
See, the same thing. See, they're synonyms.
Yeah.
Intercourse.
Kwa wale wako nyuma ya class labda.
Intercourse.
Na mngefaa kufanya niliwatumia invite lini mngefanya
research. Intercourse sex. Coitus.
Coitus interruptus.
Is a sexual activity involving the insertion and thrusting of the male penis inside the female vagina. For sexual pleasure. So we've defined that sex is penetrative sex.
Sex is just penetrative.
Asexual meaning.
What do you mean penetrative? Because scissoring?
Well,
I think there just has to be exchange of fluids.
Maybe at the base level, yeah.
Yeah.
So lakini ni ya vinyonyo isiyo ya mdomo.
But there's oral sex.
Ni ya tususu.
Oral sex kuna moja ni susu.
Okay.
So that will mean kissing is sex, because a lot of fluid goes on.
Yeah. True.
Back and forth there.
Asexual, a term used to describe someone who does not experience sexual attraction towards individuals of any gender. Yani ukiona dick ama pussy, you
does nothing for you.
No, that's not the attraction.
They're not sexually attracted.
And it means the attraction can build.
Yeah, as in inaweza kuwa in any other ways, but ikifika ni pale kwa nginyo.
No, they can have sex.
Asexual people can.
Yes. It just has to be with the person they're now sexually attracted to.
But they never get sexually attracted. So
what you're talking about, whether someone cannot have sex or not, is libido.
No, hiyo hawajisikii tu. Libido unajua sasa kutojisikia ni I'm not interested in sex. See ati I can't. I'm not
attracted to someone sexually.
Wacha watu watuambie kwa comments. Wacha watu watuambie kwa comments sasa tofauti ya celibacy na asexuality.
Kwa sababu anasema celibacy is the choice to refrain from engaging.
Yeah, it means you've had it before. Now umepause for a quick one.
Here is the thing. Asexual is sexuality.
It is, yeah.
Celibacy is not in any of those. It's not.
You don't identify as that.
You can't identify as celibate because whoever you are having it with, that's the identity. And again, yeah. So you can't identify as celibate. What is that? Identified with the lack of.
But yes, the whole point is there are people who've been asexual and they developed sexual attraction later on in life. They started feeling attracted towards
sexually.
Because the reverse is true. There were us who are very sexually active or rather attracted to people earlier.
Yeah.
And right now I've grown. I feel like my asexuality is stronger now than ever before. I don't ever see anyone and think, oh, that guy, maybe.
At a pillow.
No.
Wednesday hump day.
So I think they both can be true. You can grow from asexual to hypersexual or whatever the other sexualities are in the spectrum, you can also grow from hypersexual to asexuality. And it depends on how life goes with time.
For you.
Because also, if you stay celibate and single for a very long time, you're bound to start being asexual to some sense, to start adopting asexuality to some sense, because you are never ever looking at people from a sexual point of view. So yeah, anyways, hata mjaji introduce kelele tu, semeni vile mnataka kujulikana.
Naitwa Adrian. Bye. I write erotica sometimes.
Yeah.
And I have a parallel podcast.
You have parallel.
I have a parallel podcast. Kutaka kusikia maoni zaidi kuhusu nginyo. Look me up.
Yeah, thank you, Adrian.
Naitwa Randy Radio.
Yeah.
I'm Climax with Ciru, a sexual coach. I also have a podcast, Climax with Ciru, where we climax together. Yes.
Thank you so much for coming. And plug hard.
Oh.
Thank you so much for 1 hour.
Yes, tafadhali. Mwende Spotify na Instagram, Climax with Ciru na YouTube.
Yeah, so if you want everything,
Sex.
but plugs, ndo hizo. Mtafute huko. Hapa naye itakuwa kidogo tricky. So as usual, I do put out a prompt on my socials and people send in their opinions and their stories, and I'm going to read them out, and that will basically be our talking points.
Okay.
And if it triggers something in your head, then just let us know.
Okay.
So the question I asked on my socials is, what's your view and experience on sex, and what has changed with time? And the first response here I got, someone said, sex is great. I'm single, 37 years. What has changed is I now like it a bit slower, gentle, lots of light in the room.
Okay.
Nataka room iko hivi.
Okay.
Nataka room iko hivi.
I think this comes from...
Anataka kuona. I must be seen. I must be seen. Sama body ende bure kwa giza ki. Ay, that's a waste of sin.
I think maybe there's a lot of shame. There was a lot of shame.
Growing up.
Yes.
Yeah.
With sex around women's bodies. So I think with time, you get very liberated about your body. So the older you grow, like right now in your 30s, haujali hata vile unakaa unaweza tembea uchi mbele ya watu, like you're very confident.
Yeah.
And I think that's the point where now she doesn't mind light in the room, because earlier on
She had to switch off the lights.
hata Savara wa Sauti Sol alisema kwa ile wimbo.
Hata nani.
Switch on the lights, really.
Sijui nenda swimo na tisho, something of the sort.
Oh, mi uenda swimo na tisho.
Unamenga kuna mwili poa.
Yeah, so
Na wewe alikuwa anaongelea mtu mwingine.
Savara.
alikuwa na on behalf of
Nimesema hey Savara.
Aya.
what has changed. I now
Demi yake
like it
anaweza
a
fight.
bit slower and gentle. Savara kuna mtu na mwache sitaendelesha inaitwa nini, whatever you are doing,
Yeah.
morality here. Kila mtu hapa kuna mtu wake.
Well, walisema tunaweza share.
Baba Jimmy amekata. Yeah, so she says she likes it better now. She likes it slower and gentle now. And also she likes, yeah.
I think the thing about that,
Yeah.
ninafikaga mahali hata saa zingine pia dogi inakubo. Tunarudi back to the good old
Missionary, yeah.
Baby.
It's more intimate.
That's
With the lights down low,
You have access to her full body.
you know.
I know, right?
Toka juu mpaka chini.
That's
Yeah.
But also,
enough.
oh my lord, hii podcast inaisha leo. Also, I think
Ukifunga
the
unapambana.
older you get, the more intimate sex you're having.
Yeah.
20s ni humping tu, ni kwa bush, ni sijui wapi ni. Yeah, so
Just
maybe that's
getting
why.
for
Just
the early
getting your
for the
itch.
20s, it's just scratching an itch.
You
Yeah.
want it
Much later
rough.
down the line,
I would.
and we are not king shaming by the way, because there are people who still like it rough
Yeah,
down the
love it
line.
rough.
Down the
Yeah.
line, people Some people like to be slapped around.
Same, but a little BDSM is good for the body, you know.
Yeah.
For
Builds
the
character.
senses,
It builds character.
I can relate with her because
Yeah. You move your mic closer.
Oh, closer. Okay.
Yeah.
In my 20s, for me, sex was just sex. I didn't understand like the sensuality behind it. But right now, in my 30s, if there is one thing that I love about my age right now, is the understanding I have towards sex and the sensuality of it. Me, I can't date you if you're not sensual. Tunaanza sensual, alafu tunamalizia when you're coming, it gets rough. A bit rough me up a bit. Lakini that sensuality of it and the intimacy of it with your partner is just so beautiful once you understand what sex is to you and what intimacy means to you.
And you can imagine when you even started understanding orgasm.
Yeah.
I think down the line, for men, sex evolves in this way. You find that in your 20s, you could probably go about 5 rounds in a day.
Hawezi.
5 rounds, same person.
Sasa hizi tunatafuta pesa. Now, it doesn't mean the virility lowers, but it makes you appreciate foreplay more. Na hiyo 1 round, it will count for the 5 that you know.
I know, right?
It's worth
So hakuna haja ya kuanza kuambia mtu acheze nayo. You did your part. Honest work 3 minutes, but foreplay ilikuwa 1 whole hour.
Yes, right?
You are now a seasoned sexer.
Hizo 3 minutes ni ile hata sasa ni wewe tu ndo umalize, si yeye. Wewe sasa ndio ushughulike huko ndani. Amefanya shughuli yake na si moja.
A couple, multiple orgasms.
Wait, a couple ni ngapi by the way? In your opinion, how many is a couple?
Hey, let me tell you.
No, how many is a couple? Is it 2 or is it a number close to 2?
Like what she said, like 5 uko, more than 2.
So
the orgasm a lot.
I feel like a couple is 2 strictly.
No.
Oh, like a couple.
Yeah.
Like 2.
Yeah, I mean the number.
That's what you're
saying. I mean the number. Yeah, because some people say a couple of times. Me, I know those are 2 times. A couple
is more than 2. A woman can orgasm up
so a number close to 2. Say
up to 10
less than 5.
In one.
Yeah.
In one session.
Yeah.
So not a couple of times, multiple times.
Okay, multiple. Okay. Thank you. Literature, Professor
Merriam-Webster.
Hey, it's okay.
Another person here said, you are responsible for your own pleasure. You can learn what great sex looks like for you. So, yeah.
Imagine growing older and discovering. Nimekuwa nikichase daily time yote and I was blessed with 2 beautiful hands.
Learn your body. So you know what to demand from.
It helps you to learn your body.
Yeah.
And the beauty of learning your body is that you can actually tell your partner what you like. I tell my partners like what I like. Me, I'm into you and I know we're gonna have sex. I have to tell you, I like this, I like this, I like this. Because how do I
kwanza ukuwa tutorial.
Cause exactly. Cause the people I've been with, staki kupeana timeline. The people I've been with in my 30s tell me that they want to learn my body. To see my expressions, to see the sounds that I make, and then they'll know, oh, she likes it like this.
So missionary.
Uzuri wa missionary Uzuri wa missionary ni the beauty about missionary is that if you love your nipples being played with, let me tell you, Aki, I'm sorry, your podcast is usually family podcast. Hii ni X-rated.
Leo ni sex-rated.
Oh, yes, X-rated. Sorry. If you love your nipples being played with, your man has access to your boobs 100%. You see what you were saying about having foreplay and then 3 minutes for you? those 3 minutes can even take 1 hour, because a little bit of penetration here and a toa plays with your boobs a little bit. As in, there's so much play.
There's a science to it.
There's a science to it, and also sex is a dance.
That for me is not missionary though.
So missionary.
Because missionary, realistically, I have to support myself with my hands.
Okay, Paul.
So no, hakuna
See,
njia
your
ingine,
mouth,
hakuna
your
njia.
tongue.
No,
Kwani ni nini
the
unafanya
thing
na
is,
mdomo
the thing
yako?
is, it will be, I'll be exhausted.
Oh, 6 feet tall. Okay.
Na mnatoshanaga tablet hivi. So on missionary, access iko, but one hand at a time, and you get tired very fast.
What's
But
your
let me
favorite?
tell you
Twera, Adrian, tell us.
there's this spooning.
Ooh la la. But no, I can't see.
You don't have to support your body with your hands
One
because
hand,
you're
yeah. Sorry.
you don't have to support your body. You don't have to support your body with your hands because your body is you've already laid down. She's in front of you and all that. She's in front of you. You can choke. You can play with the nipples. You can play with the clit.
You can choke. Keyword, choke.
Yeah, you can rub. You can rub. You can rub as far as the hand
on
as far as
boob,
the hand
other
can
one on the
reach.
cleats.
Yeah. Na uko hii side ingine umechoke.
Huko kwingine
Hii side
iko
ingine.
inacheza bado ukiwa hapo ndani.
Na bado uko tu.
Pa pa pa.
Hii microphone inaona shida.
Wameona
Yeah, so pretty much that is the position that
for you.
Yeah, less fatigue, you can go for longer even. Because most of the time ukiwa on top, you just want to be done now because your mkono imeanza
What about
kutetemeka.
what about when she's riding you?
When she's riding, just think of dead puppies.
My Lord, Adrian, who have you been with?
It will take you. No, I am not saying it's bad. I'm saying so that you can't. She akisha kalia tu hivi umemaliza. So when you're about to get there, dead puppies.
Oh, that's what you mean.
Think of your grandma.
Yeah.
Anything that will not make you.
But that one has access to. But shida hiyo ni the clit is hidden from you. So
yeah, that's the thing.
Too bad.
But her boobs are on your face.
Unajaribu kudaka unajaribu kuzidaka kwa hewa.
I'm enjoying this podcast. That's what they do. I've been seeing memes of late about when she's riding you and you're trying to catch her nipple. It's exactly like that.
Azishikiki. Tusiko kila mahali. Itakupea hata concussion usipochunga.
What do you think of doggy?
It's overrated, my opinion.
Why?
It's overrated. For me, it's a finisher, and it's not even the doggy itself; it's the collapsed one.
I have the collapsed doggy.
For me, that's the finisher. It's
you're just laying flat.
With your car kidogo
tu kapilo hapo chini.
Mimi hiyo 5 pumps
umeenda kwa baba.
Tumalizane.
But you know there are people who like
hiyo ni finisher. Hiyo ni poa kama ni finisher. So if you've done everything else,
I have someone who let it doggy.
Because maybe they like us.
Yeah, they like patting them cheeks even.
They like the visuals of us, like everything.
Alafu hapo at least kuna access boobs, clit, ass. You have everything except the face. Now that is good for someone who akona a face of only a mother can love.
Why are you having sex with someone?
They have a nice body. So moja ume pillow, you'll never have to see whoever is behind you. If two ugly people are banging, they should go for doggy.
Aki, 100%.
I'm not saying people are ugly, but if it's relative, of course. Yeah. If someone is not very appealing kwa face, na mwili iko, na kila kitu iko, songa nayo.
I only go for
you never have to see them back there. Utaigeuka kuona.
Mtangalia na hapa chini.
Utaona tu miguu yake. and then pia hata hitaji kukuona sura. Win-win.
Mnaenda tu. Just but why have sex with someone you're not physically attracted to?
No, face imekataa, mwili iko sawa.
But then that maybe was
it happens.
Maybe that's
it happens.
A 20s thing. Do you think you do it now?
Yeah.
Not really now, you but see? It happens in this way. Unapata labda makeup. Ama unapata msee alivaa kofia kama vile nimevaa hivi. Alafu nikitoa
forehead inaanzia
niko na real estate hapo ama nywele ni dengu. There's just something, unajua. I'm not saying people can wewe utaona tumakosa, but then again you'd prefer not to see that face for the time you're having just do donkey. You never have to see anybody's face.
Lakini kama nywele yako ni dengu nyoa tu.
Utaishikaje in the midst of it?
Donkey ni watu like yani hivyo.
Guy,
no, I think there's people who prefer.
Okay, yeah,
he just loves
us. He loves the sight of us. Yes, so I agree with this person. You are responsible for your pleasure. Yep. Another person said it's not just physical experience.
Yeah.
Experience, that is what has changed for me with time. Learning what? That was where they left it. So it's not just physical anymore, it's the experience when you're having sex.
So
they
akamalizia hapo kwa learning.
So they mean to say that they used to have sex with people that they are physically attracted to, but that isn't a factor right now.
Probably
no,
not enough.
Physically attracted. You could have sex with someone that you are not even attracted to.
For them, it's just experience.
For them, it was just physical.
Bora ni moist.
Yeah.
Warm and wet.
Oh, that's what they mean.
Yeah, but now it's more of an experience.
As long as it wears a skirt.
Yeah.
I think with experience, probably they mean even the talk and how they vibe before.
Yes, that's the whole point. Yeah. Like right now, it has to be sex is an experience. It's not just another body.
Because I can't just have sex with someone that I'm not vibing with. I cannot.
But was that the case earlier in your life?
Earlier.
Yeah.
Hey, it wasn't.
Oh, then you're
a huge deal for me. But right now, I have to vibe with someone. And tuone, do we like the same things? And the same things for me is sexually. Like this, are we freaky? Like if I tell you to rim me, are you gonna be okay with it? Are you someone who just forgoes foreplay?
Where is your line?
Yes. Yeah.
Where do we draw the line in this?
Do you like to choke? May I like to be choked? May I like BDSM? Are you into that amount of Fikiria ninakufa? So you have
kuliko kilomax.
Does your insurer know?
Do you like me?
Does your mother know her prayers are in vain? Huko natafuta kifo.
Yes, niko hapo.
Ngwashe bila chai. Yo.
Hizo mzazi ameomba.
Kama my daughter with the blood.
Na mtoto wake huko ananyorosha kiboko.
Anasema hata daddy.
The only blood is the one trapped in her throat. Anyway. Higher. It is not. Someone else said it's not a shameful act. I actually love sex and it's okay.
I mean, God made sex and sex is beautiful.
I feel pertinent.
Also, she continues. Also, I am having sex for me to enjoy. People pleasing ibakie kitchen.
Amen.
So yeah.
I feel the shame part inakuaga ni gani? The fact that it's private business kind of sort of. Unaniget? Yeah. Zile ndoro zako za kuaminika utaki watu wazisikie. Utaki watu wasikie ukiita demu yako mami juu umenyonyeshwa matiti kidogo.
Give me a high five. It's a thing. Give me a good high five because it's a thing.
Utaki maboys hapo nje wasikie your grandson. Uko sauti kubwa. Yeah. Ama uko wincing like a little kitten. Na huku nje wewe ndio ndume. Well again, so I think the shame comes in where manze confess yako peke yake.
Yeah. But you see, that's the shame we are trying to shed off.
No, I'm not saying it's a shame. Nasema tu wewe mwenyewe uko zile za I shouldn't even see that myself.
It makes sense.
See I shouldn't be doing this. Man, my confess is something else.
Makes sense.
Just happy I don't see it.
I think the shame, it's a lady.
I
think the shame as a lady, for me, we are not supposed to talk about sex. Growing up, we weren't supposed to talk about sex. Sex was shameful. If you, as a teenager, went to have sex as a boy, umetairiwa, you've become a man now, your father will be proud of you. He'll actually sit you down and tell you, so this is what you do, carry around condoms. Mimi, as a girl child, I will be shamed.
Doom will be wished upon you.
Nitaambiwa mimi ni malaya. Nitaambiwa kufe nitapata. Kwanza nitaleta shame into the family, nitapata mimba. And that's the thing. They were scared about, and up to date, they're scared about the girl child getting pregnant as opposed to them contracting.
So who is this girl child having sex with?
That's
for the girl child to get pregnant. Who is she having sex with?
The boy.
Who is not shamed for sex.
Exactly. You see, so
and when your boy turns out gay, you're mad.
Yes.
So, you didn't want him You didn't want Ciru to have sex with you.
Yeah.
Now he's going to have sex with the other people.
Pregnancy, she has not brought shame to the family.
Lovely.
And now growing up, we know sex is bad. It's only for married couples. A girl's not supposed to have sex because the first fear is pregnancy.
But even in marriage, it is still shamed. Sarah, I told you when
if the wife has more libido.
Even if you have in marriage, it's for procreation only.
Yeah.
Yep.
I told you when we went shopping for lingerie, and someone who was a Christian and said, "We can't do that." And I'm like, "You're married. You have every license to. In fact,
you're having legal sex.
But it's still shameful for
but
the
it is
woman.
still. You can imagine. I am married now, and I still can't do a little sexy, a little role
Because
play.
sex is for the man. It's not for the woman. The man is the one who's supposed to orgasm. A woman should not enjoy sex.
The man wanakata out bwana.
Alikuwa amesema nini? Right now, sex is for her.
Yes,
Amen
she has
to
sex
that,
for herself.
we are removing shame, and that's one thing I always fight about in my podcast is just deconstructing whatever things that were put into our heads, the perception that we women have about sex. If I talk about sex right now, watu wananiangalianga zile za, if I talk to a man, probably, okay, so there was this site I was in. Don't ask what that site is for, but
yes.
But
Nile Kings.
Unaijua? Let me tell you, mimi ni fan huko.
Yeah.
Nimesahau jina yake, hebu tuambie.
FetLife.
Yes, FetLife, that's the name.
Yes, hamwezi nipata lakini.
Tusiulize hiyo site ni nini, but okay.
So,
you see how I brought it home.
okay, I don't go with a man, and anytime I will talk to them, because I have to vibe with them, utasikia amesema, I'm not used to women talking about this, so they'll be really attracted to me because I'm that open. It's not something even common in such a site. It's just
the site is literally for sex, but then
they for still kinksters, but mostly it's sex. If you go to someone's profile, you just see boobs, dick.
No, I'm saying it's a site for majorly sex things.
Yes,
but even there's still shame around sex. Like it's wild.
Yeah. So right now, just have sex for you, and let me tell you, when you're having sex and you're doing it to please yourself, your partner will derive that pleasure, and they will also enjoy it as much as you're enjoying it. Because when you're having sex with someone, and in your mind, you're like, I want to pleasure this person, you're not concentrating on yourself.
It started where you can only have sex after you're married. And divorce is not pleasant in the eyes of the Lord.
It is a sin, in fact.
Now, sexual incompatibility was rampant.
It's still there.
Yeah, because people marry after... People have sex after the wedding, and it's too late to change them.
And sex after marriage is considered a conjugal right.
Yeah, it's too late to change your mind.
means-
Hujui mtu anakuaga aje, mnaanza kulearn each other. Some people get lucky.
I have
I
a
mean,
lot to say about that.
Some people get lucky wanapata mtu wako sexually compatible with, ama someone who accommodates their libido, whether high, low, mid, whichever.
Yeah.
Imagine the horror
Yeah.
of going home with your wife.
And then
Nataka kuhang kwa ukuta huko. Uko hapo bwana asifiwe. Bwana, the horror. Imagine the horror. 3 rounds in bado unaambiwa wewe bwana hujatosheleza. You start thinking, huyu alikuwa malaya before. Now, see, that's where the shame comes in. Na sasa wewe you're genuinely horny.
you are.
Thoroughly. Labda hata amekutickle tu kidogo sasa na amekuset vizuri. Sasa ndio amemaliza. Anataka kulala. Na ukiitisha zaidi, anakuambia hiyo malaya bwana, wacha bwana.
Imagine.
It's your husband sasa.
That's why we have jamalizo umemaliza?
I'm done.
That's why I've told you about it before, Olive. On that site, you will find a lot of people who are married or are already in relationships, but they don't want to say. They usually say like later on. And if you look at it, when they're in these relationships because they have certain kinks and certain fetishes that they would like to explore
act on,
and act on, because that is how they have sex, that is how they prefer to have sex. But when they go back home, they're getting the kawaida sex, the Madonna effect. Huku kwingine, this is the person that they wouldn't marry them, but this is the person that
They'd rather have sex
they
with.
will explore with. And these people will explore that side of them with other ladies, but not with their wives or girlfriends.
Tambo sana nimesikia about that Madonna effect, but yes.
It's wild.
You kuna mtu alisema juzi tu, sijui nilikuwa nasikiza nini hiyo. Alikuwa anasema wife yako ni mtu you love, nini, all that
So
kind
you
of
see as
thing.
if you're disrespecting her.
Yes, kuna hiyo inafika mahali au muoni sexually but unamuona as the love of your life kind of thing. I don't know if that makes sense.
It doesn't make
Then
sense.
your
It's
wife has
wild,
graduated
yeah, it's
to your
wild. I don't know how
parents.
it makes sense to them. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I don't know how it makes sense.
Basically,
But-
your wife has graduated to like parents
Yeah,
level
yeah,
where you
amekuwa-
never want to picture your parents having
Hiyo ndio
sex.
mama nani sasa.
Mimi-
Ukitaka kutengeneza kengine nione.
Ay, my lord. Maybe I can't end up married to someone who's not into this kink lifestyle like me, because kuna vitu zingine but then I'll just cheat on you, Mr. Danganya. If you come
You
into
just
my
leave.
life, see, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, if I was to end up, God forbid, but if I was to end up with someone who is not into this lifestyle, nita cheat. That's why right now if I meet someone, I tell you, this is what I like, this is what I like, this is what I like. We have that talk, because I don't want to waste my time. Sitaki kuja kukwambia hapa I be get a whip and butt plugs, and then you're here wondering
Where do those go? Where do those
Because
go?
there's also shame around men feeling like
Anal play.
introducing toys
Anal
in
play
the
peke yake ni
bedroom
shida.
is saying that you are not
You're
capable.
competing.
Yeah.
So ndio
No,
nasema-
this is a helper. It's
Ndio
not
nasema
a-
shame. Ile shame ya ati maboys wako huko wamekaa umekimbia na mama kwa bedroom kuangaliana kitu moja mbili, alafu wanasikia tu nduru zako ndo zina sound. Hata mama apige kelele, wewe ndo unapiga nduru. Yo!
wondering what's going on. Is it being strapped?
Kumbe anakuwa
Nini?
pegged.
Yeah.
Yes, it's quite strapped with it. There are
Kumbe
many
anakuwa-
things
As long as
and
you're
it's
happy.
okay.
Kumbe anakuwa
Okay.
pegged ama anakuwa milked even.
Hey, let
So
me
long
tell
as
you,
you're
I've
happy.
learnt about it recently.
Enda kwa podcast yako. If you want to get into details, plug. Nitawekea nyinyi hata kwa hii episode, nitaweka podcast zenu hapa the entire episode. Sitaitwa.
Nimenyamaza basi. I'm sorry.
But anyway, yeah, we can learn more about milking.
Yes.
Yes. On
straight
Climax with
milking.
Shiro
On Climax
and Randy Radio.
Call it the Milky Way.
Yes. and ABS.
I can show you the world.
Aya. Hata sasa niko confused. Aya.
Next.
Another person said, currently with a person who our sexual chemistry doesn't match. Now sex has become a chore. It's exhausting.
My lord.
Basically, you've talked about it just right now.
Aende tu. Ama
Akina ndo
they
Ciru
rediscover
ameshasema
themselves.
Hapana, tunamwombea atoke.
Hakuna kuomba, haitajibiwa, aende kama anaenda ama redefine
She's
her
gonna
the-
have, is it a he or a she?
Sashi.
She's gonna have the worst relationship of her life.
Yeah.
Aende too, because we ignore sexual compatibility as
A
Adrian
lot.
was saying before, and it's something that's very, very important. And because of the society, people are ending up in such horrible relationships because sex is
I have
for
a
marriage.
question.
Uliza.
If this your person, it's perfect in every other sense except
the one.
Hey, hapana, staki.
Sasa tuweke mikakati.
Hapana.
Mikakati ni
Ehe.
can we make it spicy and introduce third parties?
Do you think that person who is not
I'm probably good at something, not everything.
amesema nini? They're not compatible.
No, listen, most of the time unapata we can't be 100% for someone, right? I'm probably just good at oral peke yake.
Sexual
Ikifika
chemistry
ni huko
doesn't
kwingine mashini ni kidogo inaleta shida.
Okay, if it's that.
I'm good at fingering and that's where it stops. Kuna mwingine amebarikiwa otherwise blessed. Sasa tukiingiza hiyo kila mtu anajibamba.
And it's there, by the way, guys, let me tell you.
Unajaza hiyo gap na either muachane ama mjaze hiyo gap.
Lakini,
Find a way.
I think when she says
Dildos.
sexually compatible,
sexual chemistry.
I think,
don't know if it's
yeah,
the same
I
thing.
think
Hata kuna
it's
ile
that,
from the point where you start making out the whole way.
It might not even be
mind
compatibility
part,
per se. You see how sometimes you fall out of love with someone. So it's not like the sex is bad.
I think that could be the
It's
case.
just that you're not feeling them anymore. So
think
right
that could
now,
be the case.
you have to drag yourself to bed.
Now we do it again.
Yeah, and just lie there like a salamander.
Hey, Jehovah.
Wait for it
A
to
sunbathing
end.
salamander.
It's a bad place to be in because where minimum experience.
I hope I'll text Guy. Those are 3 people I'm supposed to text. I'll text her and see if we can get like
Context.
A vox pop.
no jamani si kila kitu ni context. We get her help. We refer her to someone.
Oh, okay.
If she can talk to someone, maybe someone in the psychology. Do we have psychologists specialized in sex the way we have like firstborn daughters?
No, ni sisi tuko sexual
Nitamrefer kwako.
Sawa.
Haya. Someone said it's an interesting adventure. The change lately, it's a part-time leisure activity. And this is a man, if I'm not wrong. No, this is actually a lady. It's an interesting adventure. The change lately, is a pastime. Or the change is that lately, sex is just a pastime leisure activity.
Yeah, since we are all here.
You don't think about it as actively.
Tuko tu.
Since we are all here,
Nika
might as well
kunywa
might as well bump uglies.
Yeah.
Hey.
I mean, you're hot, I'm hot.
It's an interesting adventure. So maybe once in a while, you and your person, you go, maybe do a staycation. But it's not something that's on your head that leo nataka
Kukuliwa.
But are you noticing a trend here? There's no man who's complaining about sex, Apo.
Okay, I hope I find it. Anyway.
So far, see what amekuwa ni madem?
Yeah.
Wote ni madem.
What the hell are you guys going through?
It's a lot.
Men who
Pray
do
for
not know
us.
where your clitoris is, first of all. Men who do not like
Hata ukishika mkono yake. Unaona hii hapo.
atapotea basi. Atapotea basi.
Ana rab ni kama ni pencil imeandikwa.
Get out. If I was to ask the 2 men in this room where the
Cargo
clit
catching
is.
straight.
I'm sorry, Cargo. Where atuchore clit ama ni kwetu with a drawing and ask them where is the clit. Chances are kuna mwenye hata jua kwenye clit iko.
Well, not me. Shit.
One in every
I'm sorry.
Hiyo umefinya mmoja vibaya sana. Na ana mic ya kujitetea.
But yeah, so that's why we're going through so much, because even the moment you tell a man I love it like this, atasema oh she's a hoe, amekuwa na wangapi ni malaya. It's a lot.
But you want good sex but utaki malaya.
Unataka nani?
Ndio maana
huyo ndio pro, malaya ndio pro.
Ndio maana tuko pet life. Unapata watu kama wewe.
Malaya mwenzako.
Malaya za symbol. Malaya za symbol.
Mimi naye mniite malaya basi.
Malaya. Someone else said, I used to think that I am into older guys until a teacher from my high school tried to kiss me.
Yeah.
Older guys, Ameka emoji throwing up. What is older?
By older I mean kama kwa the age of consent ni different sana. The age of consent ukiwa 20 na mtu ako 40 ama say 25 na mtu ako 40.
I think
Kinda
ama anamaanisha someone who's older than her like 10 years.
I'm into
by older guys I bet.
Until
I bet anamaanisha watu age bracket mubaba mzima.
Yeah, let me tell you one thing. That person talked about physical attraction. I cannot have sex with someone. I'm sorry for the men who have vitambis, sijui babas. Ati uko hapo unajaribu kunikiss first of all, no unakasijui. I am sorry guys.
Kuna watu wanapenda chubby like that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Hey.
I like my people.
So tumetoka kwa sex shaming tukaingia kwa fat shaming.
I want
fat shaming. Watu wana kitambi bila mwili.
Inakaa mimba imekaa vibaya.
What I'm trying to say is I like me. I have to be physically attracted to you in order to even get wet.
That's true.
But recently I realized that money can actually make a woman wet.
That's true. You've realized that recently. I hope you never forget. I hope you never forget. I hope you never forget. You are a Jiro. How dare you?
How dare you?
Learn this recently.
Shiro wa mlango.
Adrian. Inside joke. Ni sawa.
That was an inside joke, anyway, by the way. Yeah.
Hata nimesahau chenye nilikuwa nasema.
So I can go to the next one and then it might trigger.
Older, wait. There's
older
something.
Men.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. These are age brackets.
Tell us. I pop your bubble.
24.
Oh, younger. Okay, I'm with you. Men. I'm with you. I don't care what you say.
Apple.
I'm with you.
Let me tell you. Gen Zs.
See, they have nothing else to do.
When it comes to sex, BDSM is so kawaida for them. My Lord. If you want to have orgasm.
Sex has less shame amongst the Gen Z. So and that's why sex is so beautiful with them.
The age, if you put a 30-year-old here, and that 20-something-year-old. Let me tell you, that 20-something-year-old boy.
That's it, made me.
Yeah.
Jehovah Father Lord.
Yeah. On that same vein, don't shame us if you go for younger.
Yeah, that's true. Because I was to say now we are seeing what men have been seeing with younger women all this while. Like a 24-year-old can reverse cowgirl, can, wewe sahi kama utapaka kaluma.
Uko na uko kwa shida. Uko kwa shida.
Tunaweza reverse.
Iko shida KE. Lakini unajua reverse cowgirl ya mtu ako 23 ni pa yako unarudi nyuma Kogo imelock sasa unaendelea.
Me naye najua reverse kwa ugali yangu iko poa.
Speed ya kureverse ni hiyo speed ya kureverse tu.
Mimi siwezi hata reverse park and I stay consistent across all my
Consistency is key.
Consistency is key. Someone else said, if I knew what I know, I would have not had sex until I am mature enough.
Oh, yes.
Oh, wow.
A lot of
I love
people
that.
regret having sex prematurely.
Oh, really? I've never thought about it.
Ladies, mostly.
I will change a lot for myself.
For guys, we mostly, what we'd like to know is separate sex from actually liking someone. In this case, the simplest way to tell someone fall in love with ni kama fall in love na bartender. I'm a stripper. You
It's
create
not
this.
yours to keep.
It's not yours to keep. You create these delusions in your head that they actually like you. They don't. So umeenda huko umedishi umeanza I can change your life. I can give you everything you want. You don't have to come to work here again.
Baby,
no. Watu wengi wameona giza sana.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. When you're younger, you think you can change
when
them.
you're young.
Hey.
When you're older.
Unafikiria waitress because anajuaga drink yako kila time. Una get ka delusion fulani that ako hivyo kwanza inakuheartbreak sana ukiona anajua za watu wengine wawili. Oh my.
Because there's a way, you see how I've always said I really struggle because people interpret any acts of kindness as flirtation or
Yes.
especially when you're
we
younger.
just don't know how to be
And
nice to
emojis
people
now.
or like to accept service as is. Ukienda mahali usaviwe vizuri kwa hoteli, unafaa kusaviwa vizuri kwa hoteli.
Yeah.
That is a bare minimum.
Huyo
It's a
stripper lap
requirement.
dance lazima akupatie na utaona akipatia mwingine na mwingine.
Like that is the entire service. You must feel like the customer must feel special. That's the service.
Ndio hiyo.
So
And you felt special, go home. You take your wins, go home.
Yeah.
Hii ingine ni umejieka tu.
I like how sex is not so complex for Gen Z. I see
is
that for
not.
them it's a very easy thing to come by.
I like
And while
it.
you were talking, I remembered you cannot shame the shameless. So if you are able to shed off a lot of shame,
Yeah.
hii mambo ya ati sijui you are leaking people's zinaitwa nini?
Nini?
Sex tapes.
Hey, as in,
Nimesikia leaking nikaona
hata mimi
mambo tofauti.
nikafikiria mambo ingine. Adrian, hata mimi my mind ilienda huko.
Down bad.
Yes.
What is yours that I can leak?
Leaking as in kulamba.
Kulamba, baby, ndo.
Oh,
Our mind has gone far.
Then it took a whole tangent.
No, I don't do much with my tongue, so it's only
Kuongea tu.
leaking your online.
She has a
Digital. Muniombe guys now.
Wewe unakuaga na vijiko kubwa kwa nyumba.
Really?
Like she comes to my place.
Anaga vijiko kubwa si ndio?
Adrian, I had to get those 2 teaspoons because huyu akikuja kwangu anaweza kula.
Why are you
kila
feeding
teaspoon.
me with big spoon? Get out. Sure. Nonsense. Higher. Someone else said, guys, I've never experienced an orgasm. Moment of silence.
It's a lady.
For the fallen.
Yes.
You have,
But it's not a unique experience. There's many of you.
there are very many women. It goes back again. Tuchenye tumeongelelea about shaming sex and everything. Sex has been made or has been seen to be a man's thing. It's not for a woman. I don't have the right to orgasm or have pleasure. Even if you look at the time when we started talking about orgasms, it's just recently.
It's very recent, yeah.
Kitambo, we never used to have words like orgasms. We didn't know what that was. And I will say it's being with the wrong person, and also first not being, if you're not sexually liberated to some extent that is okay for you and comfortable for you, there's no you're gonna have orgasm, because again, you're having sex to please yourself.
And let me ask, if you were in a situation where like her, when she says she's never had an orgasm, she recognizes that that's something that she might want to have. Let's say you're in a situation where you are married and you really want to experience this thing. What would you advise this particular person?
You know, you've asked me that question before.
Ngesema, what it goes back to what we had said earlier. Sometimes mtu ameji-limit. It's not necessarily inability from other service providers. But unapata mtu ameji-limit in the sense that, for instance, if I asked right now, how many hair squatters?
Tunajianika.
Well,
They already know you have sex.
Any question he'll ask,
They already know you have sex. Na uko na evidence kwa karatasi. But what I'm asking is, you see, the thing about squatting, you think you're peeing, you think an orgasm is you having an epileptic episode. There's ukifika kwa hiyo point, you edge and go back.
And because you think that you're gonna feel it's embarrassing.
And it's embarrassing. So mwanaume atanionaje ama whoever you are with. So unapata a lot of potential squatters hardly even get the orgasm itself because wanna limit.
Wait, you can hold it.
With you girls it's easy.
You can.
Yeah. Unafika tu hapo kwa edge you turn back.
You can actually feel it and then you lose control over it when it's coming out. You can't pause the way you pause pee.
Thank you for saving me from mansplaining a woman's orgasm.
So it's basically that you can feel it coming, you can feel that pressure. And also, if she learns her body what she likes, then she will be able to tell her partner, this is what I like. Play with yourself kidogo. And I always tell women this. Stand in front of a mirror and admire your body.
Cheza na kijojo.
Cheza kidogo. Know where your clit is. Chukua kioo kidogo. Put your mirror in front of your vajayjay.
Everywhere.
And just look at yourself and look at the marvelous beauty your man sees.
I recommend a ceiling mirror.
Yes, you just see
if you're on your back, if you're on your back and you do a full split with your knees close to your ears, you'll see yourself in your full glory.
Happy baby pose.
Unikipata kwangu, yani my house nyumba ya landlord, I'll put a mirror juu kwa ceiling and then I can watch myself having sex.
Oh yeah, that would be really cute.
Yeah. So she can
Okay.
Because I'm imagining a retractable stripper pole somewhere.
Yeah,
right?
That would be really cool as well.
Unafinya tu mahali nashuka.
Sasa mmesaidia msichana wa orgasm.
Afanye to love herself, to do that.
She can touch herself.
Yeah, it starts with self.
And also, communication is very important when it comes to sex. Go talk to your man. Go talk to your partner.
Communicate with yourself.
No. Go talk to your person and tell them, baby, me like it like this. Be vulnerable towards each other, because you'll be surprised that probably your spouse or your partner is also like certain things, just that they haven't had that. There isn't that vulnerable space to express yourself to each other. And if she's married and it's not that, because I know there are people who are probably married to holier than thous, and maybe akienda kuongea ataambiwa ni shetani. Mi nitakwambia
don't give in to your bodily desires.
Go look for someone else at that party. Akuservice kidogo.
Jaribu variety.
Enjoy yourself. Maybe he's not into the way we have women who are asexual. I believe there are also men who are asexual, and to them it's not. Sex is not the first thing that comes into their mind.
Yeah.
So maybe try some voyeurism and he can watch.
Ama jaribu tu kuwa malaya. It helps. It helps a lot.
Ama ukwe malaya.
It helps a lot. It helps a lot.
Go for a round.
Tembea kidogo. Unajua hata kwa soko ununuagi nyanya wa kwanza umeona.
Hapana.
Finya
kuona. I agree.
Angalia gani.
Gani ni mzuri to your eyes and satisfaction.
Yeah, play the field while you still can, because now is your time.
Yeah.
I saw a certain TikTok of a girl who was trying to prank her mom, and she was like, "Mom, something about age and having sex," and the mom was like, "Go have sex. What do you mean?
That's really nice.
You want to go get married to?" The question was, "What, Mom? What do you think about sex before marriage?" And the mom was like, "That's bullshit. Go have sex, because how you gonna marry someone and you don't know how sex will be for the both of you?
Test drive.
Hata gari unanuagi bila test drive bwana.
Go have sex.
Hata simu lazima wakuwashia hapo kabla utume pesa. Ndio uweke sim card watumie pesa ya Mpesa.
Okay, mimi nilinunua simu Jumia, so do not take advice from
and also to add on that about orgasm, when orgasm, that few women orgasm from penetrative sex. There is nipple orgasm, maybe utalamba masikio kidogo usikie ashesheshe, maybe a bit of touch here and there. It doesn't have to be penetrative sex.
Yeah.
So jishike kidogo ujue chenye unapenda.
Na ukishikwa shikamana. Usianze nitakojoa, it's embarrassing. Kojoa.
Oh yeah, like get
atanunua mattress mpya.
You will change.
Atanunua mattress mpya. Macintosh ni cheap sana.
Invest in Macintosh. Proudly sponsored.
Yeah.
Someone said, still can't do booty calls, and I don't know what CFAs is. Who knows what
CF what now?
CFA.
CFA. Ameandika CFA.
Damn, I don't know what that is.
CFA. The initial.
Kidogo.
Umeipata FetLife direct.
Nilikuwa ingeipata FetLife nini?
Still can't do booty calls and CFAs.
Kidogo. Wacha niangalie CFA, FetLife. FetLife has all the definitions.
CFA as
unafikiri kwa hiyo king catalog ya FetLife wako na ngapi hivi?
Wako na mingi.
And it's not combinations. It's just individual kinks.
No.
Kuna combination kinks.
There are combinations.
Okay.
CFA model of sex, mindset skill. What is this?
Umeipata?
Oh, yeah.
CFA. Si ulikuwa umeipata before?
Confirmatory factorial analysis.
Relationships and CFA consist of amazing. We study together all the time. Our breaks consist of amazing. CFA became my whole personality.
Okay, get to it.
Confirmatory factor.
I look
What?
back. I see nothing.
Confirmatory factor.
Yeah, it's called it's related to sex, but there's a whole thing I have to read.
Ni thesis mzima.
Confirmatory factorial analysis of a sexual.
Akuje kwa show atuambie.
Hata ya juu anatafuta.
Yeah. Hii ni thesis.
It's a whole thing.
Hii ni thesis.
Tell us.
Lazima nisome.
Okay, but let's use the context of I still can't do booty calls. Is that like something that's not committal?
It's
booty call anamaanisha this is in the casual sense, yes? As in ile anapigia boys, wewe uko wapi? Kuja ubomoe kitu.
And they don't have like a connection.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Just
maybe
sex.
that's what. Yeah.
May don't do that. It's what we were talking about, like vibing.
But booty call like we get to a random person. It's someone you probably have history with.
But it's not someone who
you're committed to.
Committed to. Yeah, maybe that's the.
Kuna kazi imekuleta hapa.
Yeah.
Kuja uperform.
Okay, my what is it called? My involuntary celibacy began because I said I don't want to have casual sex anymore. I said the next person I'm having sex with is someone that I have dated.
Oh.
And by that, you see now that cancels out booty calls, it cancels out a lot of things that you would have otherwise used to scratch your itch. So maybe that's, I don't know if that was her
so
intent.
me postpone to nginyo.
But it was involuntary. If I were to date someone today, I'd have sex
katasonga sana.
Yeah, so but also there's something that I saw. I don't know why usually podcast ki approach napataga related content.
Okay.
So there's a girl who's come on another podcast and she was saying something that I'm glad that tuko wengi. She was saying,
Excuse me.
right now, the older we've gotten, it's not so much about sex, it's the quality of the person you're having sex with. Like right now, when you're having sex with Olive, you're going to have sex with a girl who's clean. She's got her finances right. She's working on her mental. She's got her projects going right. Like her houses. She has her own house. Like I'm a quality human being. I exist as a quality human. So also just having sex with anyone is not... I cook priorities, please. So you also want to have sex with only quality people. Even me, I want a quality man. See it because me, I can provide for myself. Now I'm going for anything. And yeah, so
try a broke man. You'll be surprised.
Excuse me.
I have, and that is why I've been saying
Actually, broke men will surprise you.
Try a broke or jobless man.
They put the energy.
That is their one job.
they had time to practice.
That is their one job, and they deliver quite well.
When they said
Akona
time
time.
nayo ako nayo. Kama kuna kitu Mungu akumnyima ni time.
Akona nayo. Utashughulikiwa vizuri sana.
Kama pencil.
Like a ragdoll.
Before I forget, can we please talk on the experiences of what is it called? What I mentioned in the beginning of the podcast. Your sex drive is higher the older you get. So I've had 40s is wild for women. I said I had 30s is crazy.
Yeah.
I've had 40s is nonsense.
40s are that decade, yeah. This is your final lap. You better make it count. That decade has to be wild.
Yeah.
From my experience, now that I'm 30 plus, my libido in an increase, kwanza, especially during ovulation.
Yeah.
This year alone has been so wild for me.
Naweza jump mtu.
Hey, 100%. You go through your contacts, you're like,
Yeah.
hey, who can I call? Because it's not good. It's not good. Yani, you can feel it.
There are threads on TikTok where I see even girls saying, I even found a finance guy attractive today. You're just like, hey.
It's just
Naanza kumwangalia differently le.
and
Would?
I hear, okay, not that I hear, there's a forum I'd gone to, and there was a guy now, and he explained the reason why we have older women dating Bentens. It's because their husbands cannot satisfy.
Cannot match
They cannot match the libido because their libido has decreased, but the woman's libido, excuse me, has increased 1,000-fold, and the only age group that can manage and match that libido is younger men.
The younger
So
20s.
so the older men only have sex outside to just suit their curiosity.
Exactly. What is
Si ati
that
wanaendaga
about?
kuperform huko ni kuaibisha bibi tu. At least perform.
Just for the shame.
At least perform tujue mwanaume wetu haribu jina huko nje.
They don't do it because of anything else other than that.
Curiosity too.
And it's biological.
And for you, Adrian, in your personal experience, do you feel like your sex drive is higher now or lower now?
A little bit lower.
Really?
I'm actually
No.
I'm not lower in that case, as in I'm more focused on just doing it. I end up liking the person too much fast and getting into it. See, kama kitambo, you just dive right into it. I don't mean the libido is low. I just mean the
drive.
The nini has tapered off. The list of probable people you'd have sex with has tapered off to a point where you can, most of the time you end up focusing on one person at a time.
Makes sense.
Mimi, I can't go.
Hey, kitambo nilikuwa stallion bwana.
My friend.
God damn.
I've known you long enough.
You have seen.
I've
seen things.
Mimi, I can't have sex. I can't just have one round. It's not enough for me. 2, 3.
Here.
And most of the
Ukiweka ndoano hapa.
Me, I've never even thought of like 2-3 rounds my entire life. Not now, not before, not in my 20s. I was like, guys, ama mnadanganyaga.
Mi kwanza hata nitakuamsha, babe.
Atujamaliza, let's
get back at it. And then the thing is, the people that I'll end up dating are people who libido imeshuka kidogo because of the age difference. Okay, not that one. But to say same age group as me. But then wakienda to say like 2 rounds, it's enough for the babe, please can we continue? Utasikia mtu amekwambia amechoka.
Oh, really?
Mimi saa hiyo unajua vile nilikuwa nasema unaenda kufocus on foreplay a lot. Ndio avoid kuitishwa hii maraundi ya ziko. Inafika mahali you primed her proper. Anything is honest work and it's good work and it's acceptable.
It's appreciated.
But ati umedive tu na umemaliza na utaitishwa 4. Utaitishwa 4.
No, even if you've done everything and we are satisfied at that,
and penetration ndio imebaki peke yake.
Tumefanya everything. One round constitutes of everything. Itafika mahali nitakwambia
nani
ananiambia amechoka.
What are the breaks? Like, is there a break between round 1 and 2?
Like a break, yeah.
Break is minutes.
Like,
is it minutes, hours,
a few
a
minutes.
day?
A day.
Hey my lord, sorry.
Soaking in your juices hapo.
Rabiwa kamgongo.
If an egg is getting fertilized, this is the time.
Unasikia kulo.
This is the time you go pee, actually.
Yeah.
And
to avoid UTIs.
Anakurab kidogo kwa mgongo, sweet nothings, pillow talk. Alafu, babe, later, after like 30-15 minutes, babe, wake up. Let's go. Anakuambia, the mind is willing,
but the body is
not. Amekataa.
For an activity that lasts all of 7 minutes, we put a lot of work into it.
I have orgasmed,
and then you'll come back and orgasm again for the second.
Ukafungua fountain pia.
Nakafungua fountain na tunarudi hapo tafadhali. So mimi niliambiwa siku nyingine tunaenda 1 round for like an hour. No, sirudi hapa.
1 round for an hour.
Mama Sprinkler.
Oh my lord. A whole podcast episode.
Mama Sprinkler. Manze. So now, as you're seeing here, these two primates can't stop humping each other. It's been an hour now. And
Father Bear is tired.
Father Bear is still humping away, but we can see clear signs of fatigue. But the mama bear is willing and ready and able to go for another 2 more rounds. And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, from what you're observing, this is why they have more than one mate, so that they can satisfy their insatiable urge.
Because literally they talk talking about as the rhinoceros needs multiple partners. You sit down and observe.
Actually has multiple parts.
So hiyo hapo inapigisha round hapo tu mkiwa mmekaa kama mandume.
Mimi unasikia kwanza the way people say I can't have sex every day. Let me tell you, I'll have sex every day. I will have sex for breakfast, lunch and dinner.
There's something as too much sex.
No.
There's something like
where do you draw the line between loving sex and addicted to sex?
Addicted to sex is when it affects your daily.
It's like any kind of addiction.
Yeah. You can't do without. If you can't work, you can't. It affects your daily activities.
Imagine uko job.
Unafikiria tu sex. Uko hapo no, that's
unarudi kwa ofisi.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Loving sex is enjoying
totally
it.
Different. Kuna time yake yani.
Kuna time yake.
Although it can be any time, but kuna time
I get
it. Ati ukiwa job ama ukiwa na watu unafikiria the first thing you think is wanking, sex, dreaming. Ama people who are addicted to sex, they can sleep with anything. anyone.
Oh yeah.
hata hii chupa akianza kuiangalia seductively
anaona,
anaanza kuizungusha kidole hivi na it can get it.
It can, yeah.
Well, that is disturbing, but another responses. Someone said it's overrated, and the only good thing for now is it helps me sleep better at times.
That sleep,
It's overrated.
it's close to death.
Sleep is not overrated.
No, nasema
No,
that
sex
sleep
is
after.
overrated,
Oh, the sex
but it
after.
helps her.
The sleep,
Unalala vizuri.
it's so close to death.
Unazima. Ushazima juu ya mtu.
Juu ya mtu.
Yeah, like you're
On
done
top of
with
them.
sex and then you're just
I know a few
cuddling.
people.
I've done that. And he's always talked about it, but yeah.
Manze unashinda niliua ama
Yeah.
nilifanya nini? Niliua mtu kwani?
Hey, your eulogy ni kali.
Nani
Died of pleasure.
But she came, then she went.
She conquered.
He went
She came,
coming.
then she went.
Now for the longer responses.
Okay.
Someone said, in my early 20s, it was about having fun, letting loose, learning new styles, and it was just sex. Nothing about catching feelings, just physical. It was more of like, I wonder what he could do, and going and testing it out. I won't lie, I got messy at some point and caught infections here and there, but thank God nothing that couldn't go away with an antibiotic treatment. As I grew up and started maturing, sex became more intimate. I got a guy I really liked and was also good in bed and became the only one I wanted to experience sex with. Nimwonyeshe hizo mastyle deadly. I had learned over the years. Then we cuddle after and whisper sweet nothings. Also, about libido, I had a higher sex drive then as compared to now. I don't know, maybe because of the hormones or general curiosity, or even how adulting hadn't kicked me in my ass yet. I was carefree. Sai, I have to pick a day. I feel won't inconvenience me in the morning. So yeah. It's good growth.
Damn, picking a day.
Yeah, I
To
know
have sex.
couples pick a day, couples who have kids, especially young kids.
I think
The spontaneity makes
of
it
it
fun.
makes it fun, right?
Yeah.
But that's the beauty of being
Yeah,
single.
kupanga.
No, even when
Even when you're partnered
married,
up.
yeah,
Ah,
I think the spontaneity.
makes it really
Yeah,
fun.
bora msikuwe indecent in public.
I think that planning
Rock away.
thing, sijui,
Ai,
a
mimi
day for
hapana.
sex, I think it's
Ati
for
lazima
people who
ikuwe
have-
Saturday ama Friday wakati nimemaliza kazi. What the hell do you mean?
kuna watu wako hivyo wenye it's what do you call people who are really organized? They have
actually
calendars.
not. Because
They
the
like some
people I
order in
know
their
who
lives.
plan their days, it's because apparently life takes over. For me, I know they are families. So one of them has 2 children, and the other one is actually sheikhs on over 25. She said it got to a time where they have to plan out like dates.
For sex.
Yeah, on certain days. And she said it gets to a point where sex is not happy. You see the way that you've described sex in a marriage setting with kids. Sex is just another chore. Or maybe it's been a minute. Even you don't remember the last time you had it, maybe. I don't know.
Speaking as someone who was married
Yeah.
Hello?
and with a child.
Alas?
Yes, I was married.
White gown and everything.
No, we did not do a white wedding.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, lighter shades,
Traditional.
darker shades of white.
Traditional
Brown.
Yeah, brown.
traditional wedding. As someone who was married with a child, I agree that yes, when a child comes into the picture, a lot changes. But I will say it's because there's probably no support. Because you shouldn't feel overwhelmed.
No, there must imagine there is.
You will feel overwhelmed to some extent, but getting help really helps a lot.
Help in terms of maybe a house help.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
It helps a lot because you have your time. Because I usually tell parents this. You were you before you had your child. And most people forget themselves once they have those children.
Life starts revolving around the child.
And when that happens, now things like this happen where you feel like, say, we don't have our time together, so we can't do this together. It's because you focused your energy on these children.
But see, that has to happen, and then even if you had help, you still have to plan for like a special day. It's not like when you were single, when if your boy called you right now and told you, Esther, ukitoka podcast pitia. That it's as simple as that. Right now, you'd have to figure out, let me call home, let me make sure this and that. Or maybe if you and your person, for Sheiks, she said actually, your time when she was talking about it, they had gone for a vacation. They went for a vacation. And she said it was so beautiful because for the first time in years, she was finally having sex as me and this guy, like before the kids, that was completely forgotten. You can't take away the element of now there has to be some planning, some sort of planning in one way or the other.
You have to plan, but I think, okay, so planning for vacations and everything, let's have...
Even date night, like, so it's more special than just ile sex ya geuka asubuhi.
Nani anageuka?
I feel like... Okay. I feel like...
It could be anyone.
Like sex, I'm sure even people with families can have sex daily, but it can't be the sex you are describing. You see?
I think, okay, if I was to get married right now, because also being a single mom, I have to plan. You can't just call me right now and tell me, let's meet up. No. Well, I know there are instances I'll be called and I'll be like, see, mi najua naenda kukuliwa proper, by the way. And I'll jipanga. It's exciting, but it's not as exciting as the spontaneity of it, where it's not sifiki tu saizi and then najua, ni time ya kutoa nguo wacha tukulane. I will still plan myself around dates and everything, but the iyo kuplania sex, that's where I'm like, it becomes a bit of, I think people are different. I'll acknowledge that and appreciate that. For me, it doesn't work. It could work for someone else, but for me personally, it doesn't work. And right now, if I was to get married with my partner, I'm going to have the most spontaneous sex. And then I think it helps when the kids are older. Because if they're younger, definitely
they can fend for themselves.
Yes,
bora wanakula, wako na shelter, kwa nyumba, wanafanya the independent things.
You can make it fun, like
get a quickie here and there, get a few body rubs, whatever.
Something, okay, if you see like something imekwa mahali unajua, mse wangu anadai. Make it fun. See lenye unajua at 8 a.m. tonight naenda kukuliwa.
Or get a sex bell.
I know, right? Make it. That's why nowadays you'll find couples have sex rooms.
See your bedroom too.
A sex room for
utapata huko msalaba.
Yes.
Utapata nyororo, msalaba, a lot of latex.
Yes.
It's a whole shrine.
Make it fun.
Na it's soundproof. Haina dirisha.
My Lord, weka kwa dirisha. Naomba mweke dirisha.
Ni dungeon.
Claustrophobia.
Even when you're planning those days, be sexy and make it fun as well. Text your man, send him some sneaky sexy photos.
Actually, she said foreplay is that entire day, so they wake up knowing today is that day.
Okay, that makes
so
it
from
fun.
From the texts you'll exchange, from the way you'll interact in the morning,
the build up,
there's a whole build up to the evening, which I thought was very.
Alafu nashangaa kwa nini mtu haja kutumia document ulikuwa umeitisha asubuhi. Kumbe ana sext bibi siku mzima.
If you do it like that, it's so fun, as opposed as, because I know there are people, for them when they are planning sex, because that's what I thought when when she said that, is they know leo 8 a.m.
But I know people in real life who
do that.
Yes.
Unaona ile kalenda iko kando ya fridge. Unaona kadi kamechora makalavu hat.
They don't even make it exciting. Unajua nimemaliza na kazi, it's just that leo unajua unaenda kukuliwa. but there's no fun to
There's
it.
no, yeah.
That is hot. That is hot. I would love to do that.
I guess
I'd love to do that. That's so
I mean, good for them.
good for them. Me, niko tu sawa. The last actually mail that we got in is long, but
Okay.
Hey girl, hi. I always miss these questions and only realize later after the episode is out and I have an opinion and it's too late to send in. Always send them in. I might do like an individual video on its own. But anyway, today I got lucky. And I would say that my relationship with sex has been very different, unlike everyone my age, aka Gen Z. Every time I have conversations with friends and they start to say the way they can't stay a week without sex, I wonder. I have always enjoyed sex, but I can stay without it for months and not feel like it's a big deal. I don't like the fact that people just sleep with any Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Especially Dick.
Adrian.
Tom and Harry were just chilling.
Dick ndio shida. I don't like the fact that people just sleep with any Tom, Dick, and Harry simply because they feel like they can't do without sex, which is the case for so many young people. If you hang around young people, you will hear people saying they don't like someone or someone is not their type, but still they sleep with the person just because he or she has game, as they call it. I really would wish that people try to take care of themselves because diseases and even witchcraft is all over. And you never know who you are letting into your bed. Let's all keep safe and be careful.
What's gain? Like more people that you've slept with.
What's
Some people have gain.
diseases?
Gain. They'll sleep with anyone because they have gain.
Game.
Or game.
They have game.
Oh.
Mchezo.
Yeah. I think she's a millennial in a Gen Z's body.
She's me when I was 20, literally. Yeah, I didn't understand because a lot of my friends actually would say, "Oh, I can't go without sex. I can't go without." Me, I would enjoy sex. Yes, if the chance presented itself, I'd have sex. But if the chance was not there, I'd not go out of my way. I wouldn't do anything to find sex. So yeah.
Will you say people who are imepotea? Will you say people?
Forget Swahili.
I wanna game.
Na literature. Will you say people who go around not having or caring about sex are road dogging life?
Are?
Road dogging life.
How are we road dogging? I don't know.
Road dogging life as in you need that release
don't.
every now and again, but then again you choose not to have it. Pretty much road dogging life.
Yeah,
So
I would think the ones who are having sex all the time are the ones who are.
Road dogging life.
how are we? How?
Hao ndio wamechukua life
Because
vile
you
iko.
don't have a care in the world, and like
No, I think
No, I
it's the other
people
way
who are
around.
having sex.
For that good quick release, good sweet release, people who don't have it are the ones road dogging life. People who are having it to get that quick release are actually living it.
yeah, I think
Yes,
it's
they
a
are.
69 situation.
I agree.
Depending on where you're
Agree.
standing.
Yeah,
But the person who wrote that number knows which number it is exactly.
I think it's a 69 because we are feeling like,
Is it 96?
you know, when I look at Shiro, I'm like, Shiro is road dogging life. But Shiro looks way sasa from your explanations, Shiro, it's me that Shiro feels like I'm road dogging life.
Oh, yeah. Shit.
Mnanitumia kama example. Guys, venye nilitumia cargo. Free cargo.
What goes around?
Umelipisha.
What goes around?
But yeah. But anyway, you could have an aspect of asexuality. Me only learned I was asexual in when I was 29. Yeah, that's when I learned it. But it's always been there. Then a lot of things added up when I learned of asexuality, and mine is a subset. I'm a demisexual. So once you continue learning
Penda madem.
sexuality. Niko na podcast kama but once you start learning sexuality, then you might find where you fit. But a lot of times, because me, once I found out I was a demi, I was like,
Smart people.
that what's no, it's
You're
not
happy.
smart. It's just connection.
You're happy.
Connection.
Yeah,
Yes,
so it
happy.
makes sense why everyone I
That's what I
ever
mean.
dated or had sex with was a friend first. Because the only way I develop sexual attraction is through connection with you. Like I've spent time with you, I've grown fond of you, Evil.
Mimi,
Then-
do you think you can build connection without being friends with someone first? Like you build.
You jump right into.
No.
We
You
want
don't
each
jump
other.
right. No, you don't jump right into. Hear me out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You connect before, like, for a month or a few days without having. You haven't had sex. Yani mnajuana kwanza, vibe kwanza.
Imagine it's very possible because there are people who have connected with in a day.
Because that's
And
me.
there are people I've connected with in over like years. So it really, it's the connection. It's what you guys connected on. And there's a level of connection that's very intimate. The timeline doesn't really matter. Yeah.
Because with me, one, I'm attracted to I'm attracted to smart men.
Me sapiosexual does not make sense to me because what is
smart
smart?
yanguo.
Because me, I'm
Apana.
very smart, but if you ask
You
me
asked
about
me that
sports,
before.
sijui.
It doesn't have to be that.
I'm usually wondering
I'm
about
attracted
smartness.
to people who love to read. People who
Mtu tu si mjinga.
mtu tu si mjinga, uko na level ya unapenda kusoma vitabu. And the other thing, I also can't have sex with someone I do not connect with, because that's
Yeah.
what I was trying to assert when you said about being friends first with someone. Because with me, I can have a connection with you in a short span of time, and I'll be okay with you. I'll feel like we have, as long as we vibed and I feel like our vibes are matching, our energies are matching, then I can end up having sex with you. Yeah.
Umemwaga tu, umepeana mwax, umemwaga mtama kwa kuku wengi. Ngojea DM.
Wanakujanga.
Umepeana mwa Kenya yote.
Monday 7 a.m.
Wako hapo nje DM. Please open. Please open.
Sadly enough, right now, I'm not into Kenyan men.
Hey, my lord. Tunapigania uhuru yako alafu
This is not what we undermined for. This is not what we undermined for.
Realize that I have a certain
So Senegalese,
no.
Rwandese,
Hatusemi. I realize
Caucasian,
wako huko juu, si huku chini. They're
North of Africa.
North of Africa.
Arabu hivi.
Hizo, northwest tuko northwest tuko.
Chindi hawa Senegalese.
Senegalese wako huko.
Ama ni Algerians unasema.
Hapana.
Moroccans.
Oh, Ghanaians, Cameroon.
Oh, that's west.
Oh, west, yeah. Anyway, wewe unataka tu niseme kila kitu. Unataka yani niseme kila kitu.
Imetoka bila wewe kujua tu.
Ujue mimi niko na followers wa huko. So wakikuja kubisha huko.
Wakuja kuuza mikakati huku. Uza sera.
Sauti yangu nataka kusema.
I'll try and remember connections with people you can connect with someone
from West Africa.
And people date and have sex with outsiders. Outsiders. If you're Luo, go try Kikuyu. If you're
that's been done and
if you're
dusted.
Kenyan,
No, outside of the country.
if you're Kenyan, try
They're very
Ugandan.
different.
If you Ivo, try Ebu, try outside.
I've experienced that Ugandan
Neza dai Waganda kidogo.
Waganda. Si TZD.
Ama Rwandese hivi.
Ugandan.
TZD huko done and dusted.
Me, I'm done and dusted with East Africans.
Ala?
Where is East Africa economy? Me now atetea guys.
East ama Eastern?
East Africa is good.
East.
Endo expand
Tanzania,
boundary.
Uganda.
Eastern Africa.
Staki kwenda Eastern.
Nasikia Congolese pack hit.
I don't. Oh, I've done a
And
Congolese
South Sudanese.
before.
Oh, pia wana pack hit.
Damn.
I don't. Me, I'm just.
You're just a girl.
I would like to experience
South Sudan.
South Africa.
Oh, South
The
Africa.
southern part of Africa.
Uliza Lupita.
But I've experienced
Akakuwa motivational
Zambia.
speaker.
Zambia iko hapo kando. What is Zambia.
Zambia
iko
iko
kando.
Nazim pia.
Hao wanaume wako na energy for days.
Hey,
my lord.
Mama Africa. Tell us more. Mimi Uganda pekee nimeshindwa kupenetrate.
But Uganda sini hapa tu when the road trip Adrian.
Sasa
haiwezekani.
Sasa hii mambo ni mengi.
Masani machache.
Mambo ni mengi sasa hii.
Well, anyway, I don't know what are we even talking about. If you're Gen Z, just take your time and figure it out. And also, what is it called? Sexuality or sex is very fluid. It changes.
It changes as you grow.
Yes, you continue to grow. Hakuna time utafika ati now I've figured myself out.
Yeah.
And me, I'm so happy for the people who are like, no, I'm hypersexual. I was nothing else.
Kuna mmoja ali-unlock tu pa.
Yeah.
But then all it takes is for that one person to make you squat and you'll never
Sometimes
look back.
it's
And
that
you'll never
one
look back.
experience.
And you'll
Even
never
just
look.
squat,
No, I'm
like
saying for
enjoy
the process of getting
Yeah.
to squat is a whole enjoyment by itself. Mtu atakuguza hivi alafu it will be.
But you know, Adrian, not every woman can squat.
I know that, but nasema saa zingine for most people it has been unlocked from there.
Or me, it was unlocked after.
Akili inafungukaga.
Squat from the inside. If you can't.
Watu wa creameries pia wako appreciated.
Watu wa kushake miguu zile
Wela shake legi.
inana pa 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 pa.
Kikata kiuno na shekile.
Tokeni nje. Umacha.
Adrian, time is up.
That was the last response. Unless you guys have parting shots. Utifunge podcast.
Yeah, mimi sina parting shot.
Okay. Chenye mimi naweza sema, as you said, sex evolves for everyone as you grow older. For me, it happened after my 30s after my 20s when I turned 30. That's when I was like, hey guys, you know what? May love this thing 100%. I will enjoy it. I will remove the shame around it.
Yeah.
And sex is for me right now. I can't just have sex with any Tom, Dick, and Harry. I love sex, but not just any Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Pick one.
Why do people
Pick
say
one
that?
at least. Is it
What
Tom?
if
Is
your
it Dick?
boyfriend-
Is it Harry? Pick one.
What if your boyfriend is named Tom, Dick, or Harry? What happens to this man?
You don't
I'm
have sex with
concerned.
This is for you.
But yeah, just it evolves and there's nothing shameful about sex. Sex is a beautiful thing. I tell my teenager that because I don't want her to grow up knowing that sex is bad. And I usually tell her it has the right time for it. Don't feel pressured to go have sex because your friends are having sex.
Yeah.
Do it for you. Yeah, that's my parting shot. And follow me on Climax with Ciru. I'll be talking about post-stretch milking. Yes, and a BF.
Oh my
Go Google
Lord.
what a BF
And we
is.
still don't know what a CFA is.
CFA is, yeah.
But
Check.
anyways.
Yeah, that's my parting shot. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. This was very insightful, I think, and it's covered most bases. And I feel like most people will also feel like they relate so that you don't feel like you are alone. A lot of the women who reached out who were saying, oh, my libido, my sex drive right now is crazy. There was some shame attached to it because it's like women were not supposed to like sex like this.
Yeah.
So I hope this makes you feel seen. I hope you now feel like it's okay. Shed off the shame.
You can hump anyone you like.
Yeah, there's no shame
no
in
judgment
your
here.
And then bodies. Okay, we are talking about that. But anyway, your body is beautiful as is.
As is.
Sex really doesn't matter. Whatever you need access to can be reached.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
May your needs be met.
Communication.
May you be satisfied.
May you orgasm. Like, me I usually tell my listeners that please go orgasm and orgasm again.
May you be heard, even if it's in the middle of the night.
Yeah. Okay, really.
At 3 a.m.
At 3 a.m. May you be heard loud and proud.
And also, I'd like to see men share their experiences. It's funny because for my podcast, they come to my DM to talk. I expected them to reach out.
I don't know. Maybe my space feels a lot more safer for women. I don't know. Maybe women feel more confident to speak to me than men.
Alafu.
Yeah.
This is not. It's besides the point. Is it weird that someone will enjoy themselves for the entirety of the good 7 minutes you're having, and not say hata kumon kidogo knitting?
It's because they shame around men.
No, it's not meant for the babe.
Okay, I know two babes who don't mourn. I know two babes who don't mourn. One is very problematic. I felt like that was really unnecessary, but she said she doesn't mourn because she does not like to give men pleasure.
You see, kuna shida.
Nimesikia your line sana.
And then the other person who I know who does not mourn, she just says it's cringe. It's just cringe to mourn. And she hates sex noises, so she likes her partner to be quiet as well.
Silent.
I think
so. I don't know preference.
Please have an open mind when you're having sex. Exactly, like have an open mind. You see the way when you let out a bird from a cage, the way they are free. Like be that free when it comes to sex. Please,
because some people have expressed that the sex noises you hear on porn videos. Me, the first person who expressed it to me was like, I hate the fake noises that porn people make. And I'm like, those are fake. And she was like, yeah, I've never had them in real life. And if I had them, I would stop.
Sasa yeye hajaona homemade. Ajui utamu wa porn ni homemade. Ile yenye kamera inafanya movements zenye uone, alafu inarudi back to frame. Alafu back to frame. Hiyo ndio tamu. Wacha na ile kuna lighting
XXX pale ndo
homemade.
There's a lot of from that explanation you've given, there's a lot of negativity from it. You can tell that it's coming from something. There's a root problem and a root cause. Yeah. And it's the same with men. Men don't moan. There are men who don't moan. Because as in it's not manly. Yeah, so it's stemming from something deeper.
Ndio wale ile time ya kunata wana sounding ni kama wanapupu.
Na ukipupu na you are making a sound, please drink water. I will advise.
Wanage wale ukohoa time ya
I used to have someone who used to
anaingia kwa shoulder huko.
Anajificha cuz attacking nione face yake. Me won't see your face.
Oh, in fact, I've never thought about all those.
I will even come
but
as well.
I think the closest you come to ever seeing someone's cum face is when they yawn.
That's nitasikia
Nile kuyonya.
Itoshe kufungeni podcast mananse.
Tufunge basi.
Thank you so much, Ciru and Adrian, for coming. As you've been reminded, Ciru has a podcast, Climax with Ciru, where you climax together.
Yes.
And Adrian also has a podcast that is the Randy Radio. He also writes erotica and has a website, still
randypontiff.com.
Yes. So, Mimi, if you need anything sex, I'll plug you guys here. Because me, I have nothing to offer. Okay?
She said pause. She said she'll plug you. Yes, you. Yes, you.
Get out of here. Go end this thing. Because
Next on the In All Honesty podcast.
Now we've talked about sex. Let us talk about contraceptives. Someone told me we are talking about contraceptives after the sex episode. So what's the point? Damage has already been done. But really, let's talk about contraceptives. And in that very same breath, we'll also talk about abortion by extension, just so we can get our thoughts around it and get Yeah, because at the end of the day, these are things that either prevent having children or rather allow us having children. So let's talk about contraceptives. Hopefully I should be able to get a gyna in on the episode that they can give us professional information so that we can gain some insight, but also give me your experiences, your opinions about contraceptives. What are some of the experiences you've had, types of contraceptives you've used or you've heard about, and how can we contraceptives for men? Please also give me your opinion for that and which ones you've heard of and which ones we can try. So next week, we're talking about contraceptives. Send me your opinions and you can share your stories on my DMs, through my DMs usually, at OLAVEORAWO, or you can also email me your full story at olaveorawo@gmail.com.
Do you hear that? Would you lend me some coins, please? The In All Honesty podcast needs you to continue running. I will deeply appreciate support from you. You can send monetary contributions to my Mpesa +254 728 171 059 via PayPal at OLAVEORAWO. That is OLAVEORAWO. You can support the podcast indirectly by buying merchandise and services I offer listed on my WhatsApp catalog. My WhatsApp number is +254 728 171 059. Did you think I'd forget? Advertise with the In All Honesty podcast. Hit me up to talk about it. You can do that via WhatsApp +254 728 171 059 or via email olaveorawo@gmail.com, or you can also DM me on socials at olaveorawo. You know, the hand that gives will receive an episode every week. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm in what was once a dream. So if I do some quick math, the future equals a dream come true. Since 1992, In All Honesty, a podcast by OLAVEORAWO.